You bow with me, please. Our Father in heaven, we're so thankful to be here tonight. You've given this opportunity for us to gather together to discuss the future of our city and to pass the different ordinances and regulations, Lord, and to come up with ideas that you give to us that we can bring those forward to help our city grow and prosper and be the city we all want to live and play in, Lord. We ask you to guide our decisions tonight and be with us and just give us a peace of mind that we have, that you've given to us, and that outstretched arm that only you can provide, Lord. We ask you, Lord, that you be with all of our city workers, be with our police department and our fire department and ambulance service workers. Lord, protect them and keep them from this perilous times as we're seeing on TV each and every day. We just ask you to look down upon all of our citizens, take care of us, and just be with us. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise as we thank you for your Son, Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call the meeting officially to order. August the 17th, 2017, the regular meeting of the Westmoreland City Council. We'd like to welcome everyone here tonight and thank you for taking time out to come and be with us. Ms. Kelly, we'll let you do the roll call. And
Lee.
Here.
Carpenter. Carter. Here. Molly.
Here.
Benham.
Here. Let the record reflect that we have a quorum and we can proceed with the agenda, and we'll need to adopt that. I want to do one addition to it. We want to do an update. Basically, we're trying to organize a search committee to review joint venture prospects for regional water with Portland, Chastain Springs, Bethpage, and Westmoreland. And I'd like to add that at the end of the agenda if that's okay with everyone.
If we need to approve the agenda, then amend it, is that what we need to do?
But that's what I was doing, was adding it before we ever voted.
Okay, all right.
I move we approve the agenda with that one addition.
With that second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is adopted. Is there anyone who would like to bring any public comments on anything to the agenda? Please raise your hand, I'll recognize you. Okay, seeing none. The next item is to approve the minutes from the July 20th, 2017 meeting.
Move to approve the minutes of the July 20th, 2017 meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the July 20th, 2017 meeting as written. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Work. Okay, we couldn't need to work last time. I know, might get a lot.
The next item on the agenda is the financial statement.
Can I make a note about that? Or?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Under general government for industrial development, the amount was 11,000 something. It should be 7,475.01. One of those payments, a June payment that was accrued. And then that one, we had a situation where the payment crossed in the mail, so 2 payments were made this month. So there will not be one made next month. And on the first page, county sales tax, that amount $71,000. It's double, because what it is, we had a payment come in. We usually have them come in the first week of July. We had August payment come in a little bit early, so it got posted on the 31st. So there won't be a line item for that next month.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the financial statement.
Second. We have a motion and a proper second to approve the financial statement. Any other discussion?
Will we get a corrected copy of this one? It'll be just that one line,
Okay.
just that one industrial one.
I got a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
Under general government expense, publication of legal notices, that $1,027.50, that was to Westmoreland News. What was published that cost that much?
What page you on?
The first page.
I would have to check on that. I don't know, just from looking at this.
'Cause that's at first I thought it could have been the water report, but then you've got water, it's on the water and sewer back there. You don't know what you,
I'd have to look and see. I don't know.
That's half the budget in 1 month, right?
I know, it looked awful high.
Trying to think of what all we have published.
Well, we had the budget published, but it wouldn't have been that much. When that water report is only $600, and you know, it took up about a whole page.
I'll have to look and see what it is.
And in our sanitation fund,
Statement page.
Page.
05. Of course, I know why we're not paying out any medical insurance right now in sanitation, because they're all part-time people, is that correct? But yet we got $6,800 budgeted for it. So when the budget was set up, did we have somebody full-time coded to sanitation?
Charles and Ray were both under sanitation, which Ray's not with us anymore, but Charles is getting paid from water now.
And one of the things we did, we knew we were part-time if we had to go back full-time. We went to that, but also because we can be using that as an emergency fund if we need it. I mean, the alternative to that is if you want to strike it, but then you need to,
No.
okay.
And then on page 7, the same situation. Under hospital insurance, I think some workers are coded to water, to water that should be coded to sewer. Under insurance, line item 142 for water, the budget amount is $30,500. That's an average of $2,500 a month, and this $4,600 is about doubled. So somebody's been paying insurance out of water that probably should go to sewer, because if you look down at the sewer, the very last line item under sewer, 142, we budgeted $24,450, which is an average of $2,040 a month, and you only paid out $762. And Chris and Thomas both needs to be paid out of that line item, don't they? Since both of them is, but the 2,040, it averages out for 3 people at 625 or whatever we're paying for a monthly premium. Might want to check on that.
Good. Okay. Anything else?
So we need to wait on passing this till these are checked into, or what do we need to do?
No, I'd say we can pass it and then check on it. One of my thoughts on it right now is we have people working across all the departments, so it would probably pan out pretty good.
Well, Chris and Thomas wouldn't down the sewer because they don't, I mean,
What's the right now, Chris is working pretty much half water, half sewer. But it's still, I mean, that's the way it's set up, it's good. Come out of sewer. Okay, all in favor of passing this?
So you get a, I have motion, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Aye.
Oh,
Roll call.
Want to do a roll call?
no, it don't have to be.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
no.
3 ayes, 1 no.
Sounds like we needed an updated financial statement.
Next item under new business now, it is the Windy City Grill beer application. We discussed that and the changes on the application at the work study session. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the Windy City Grill beer application.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Windy City Grill beer application. Any discussion?
Did the application get corrected?
Yes, and I did verify that he had actually measured from the correct building.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Branch.
Carter,
Yes.
Smalley,
Yes.
Bennell,
Yes.
Lees.
Yes.
Record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the temporary supervisor's pay. In the past, when the assistants have stepped up to fill in for the supervisor, it's always been a $200 per pay period increase, which is kind of what's called for by the policies and procedures. Because we're splitting those duties, Chris is licensed in the water, so he's taking care of the water, and Jackie is taking care of the day-to-day operations of Public Works. What I would ask is that the council separate that $200 and give each of them $100 per pay period increase until that position is filled, or as long as they're filling in that capacity.
I'll make a motion to that effect, $100 a week to be split, $200 a week to be split from the two of them until we fill that position.
Second.
Making that effective from starting at what point?
From the time that they took that position, what was it, August?
That Tuesday?
May I suggest you begin it on a Monday, whatever is necessary,
Whatever
because
that pay period would be.
instead of in the middle of the week.
August 1st or August 8th?
First. Whenever that pay period, you said pay period began on that Monday. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Smalling,
Yes.
Bennell,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
The record show passes unanimously. Next item is the site finders, Richard Waddell issue where Verizon is trying to find a location suitable for a cell site. I gave the paperwork to Mr. Bradley for him to review, and I guess that's where we get started with it.
You know, what this paperwork does, it gives them a right of entry to look at the property and evaluate it and see if it's appropriate for a cell tower. Which, if this board comfortable with that, vote to do that, the mayor can sign the right of entry. And then you negotiate an agreement if it's a site agreement.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work for them, then maybe you see they would try to find something else in the Westmoreland area. So, but the agreement that we had was the right of entry agreement in the first step. So that is basically what we're voting on tonight. He gave this to anyone else the other night to look over. It's basically the same that can go to the property.
You looked over it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to give Richard Waddell the right of entry to on the mayor authorized to sign it for the cell tower on water tanks.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second to enter into a right of entry agreement with Richard Waddell Site Finders. Any other discussion?
I would like for us to have copies of that once you sign it and give it to them for our record, Kelly.
Ms. Delafield, call for roll.
Bennell,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Smalling.
Yes.
Let the record show the motion passes unanimously. The next item is the extended lunch period for the Monday the 21st, the blitz period. We may want to discuss this just a little bit more in meeting with other cities. There's lots of different things that's happening. I know we talked about an extended lunch, but we'll get a motion in a second and maybe discuss this a little bit more, so if you want to add and take away from that.
I'll make the motion for the extended lunch during the eclipse month.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion.
I think an extended lunch is appropriate. However, if there's problems and Kelly or the other supervisors feel necessary for them to close at that time and be off the rest of the afternoon, I would like to leave it to their discretion. Because somebody might have a situation where they can't get back right away longer than their extended lunch.
I didn't check with the other cities in Sumner County, and they're all staying open, but Gallatin and Portland did say, and maybe Hendersonville, I'm not sure about Hendersonville, I can't remember that, they were working with a skeleton crew because they were be needing a lot of their employees to help with their different events and functions. But they will have City Hall open.
I ain't sure we need to close completely down myself, as Mayor Wilbur stated today, thieves, people have been planning this thing for a long time, and thieves have also. And, I've even heard that we can lose power during that period of time. And, I'd rather have a skeleton crew or somebody on call, or not close completely down for those reasons.
Well, the original request was for a couple hours, 12 to 2 during the eclipse part. That was your original request.
Or 12:30 to 2:30. I'm not sure exactly what the times are.
Anything beyond that, y'all would approve anyway if there was some kind of emergency where they couldn't get back to work, or something would happen where they didn't need to be open.
So it's across the board. And we're looking at all employees, city.
That's the thing about it,
City Hall.
you want to make it fair for everyone, your police officers.
Yeah, that's what I
They're
I can't do
going
that.
to be working right through the middle of it, so,
Well, they work through their lunch hours anyway.
you'd have to give them some comp time or something to make up for it, because I know that the Emergency Operations Center is going to be going. We're getting requests daily, just like for one you received this morning. So,
Ray, what is your recommendation?
We're subject to a large overflow from Interstate 65, 52, and 31E, and the people from Kentucky. So I'm trying to get some extra help in. Me personally, if I didn't have to have anybody out except police officers or fire department, I would ask them to go home. It actually helps us out this way. We know they're home, they're safe. That's just me.
Mark Jenkins, fire chief, did say today down there at the police department that he was going to have 4 at the police department, fire department on Monday.
Because I think we might have a possible issue with gas. And when we have an issue with gas, the people at the gas pumps, people upset, people arguing, people fighting, all our attention's pretty much going to be right there.
May I speak, Mayor? I agree with Ray, which I'll be here with Ray Monday. But with all the stuff floating around and the overflow here, if you're going to let them off, I would assume you let them off all day, where we ain't got to worry about somebody breaking in on them and everything else. I'd rather them be at home or leave at 12 and go home, one or the other.
Yeah.
The less we have open, the better off we are.
Leave at 12 and go home and give them enough time to get home.
At any point during that time that it becomes chaotic, at that point we're going to send everybody home anyway. So I would like to approve. I would like for them and Public Works, non-police, be sent home at lunch or 12:30, or I would really like 12 o'clock if Ray's okay with that. That's just less we'd have to worry with.
It makes it a whole lot easier on us.
So amend my motion to dismiss all non-essential employees at noon and be off the rest of the day.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second for all non-essential employees to be excused at noon and be off the rest of the day. Other discussion?
Well, what if we have something happen where we need Public Works,
That would be essential.
So,
Yeah.
so,
If they had an emergency, they'd come in.
Have to call them back in.
so they would stay on. They wouldn't take off at lunch, Public Works. Is that right?
Not unless it was an emergency. They'd go home unless it was an emergency, and then they'd come in. Because otherwise, they're going to be out there on the road in harm's way.
This thing ain't supposed to happen. It's just supposed to be just a few minutes of darkness. It ain't gonna be like an all evening of darkness.
In fact, what they're doing in some of the other cities is basically with public safety employees, all hands on deck. Because none of us in this room has any idea how many people are going to be here, or Portland, or Gallatin. I mean, we don't know if the interstate's going to be gridlocked. We don't have any idea. But Hendersonville's going to be open. City Hall there. We're not in the line the way Gallatin is. Gallatin's a little different. It's more in the path. We're expanding Westmoreland too, for that matter. But I do know that we've got all of our public safety people available. So that whatever else you do, you need to have your police available and fire. I mean, because when you got people going out of town, those are the ones that you really have to have. I can't imagine anything about an eclipse that would cause the power to go out, but there are a lot of things that can go wrong on the roads. Or gas stations, as the chief said, you're out of gas.
And one of the deputies, some of the deputies, sheriff today in a meeting we were in, stated that they were going to have, of course, the majority of them down that way, but there was going to be a couple of county officers that would patrol from Gallatin to Westmoreland on 31E, backwards and forths, all day long. When that what he said, Mayor. But I don't know about out, you know, like they do surrounding roads, but they would be on 31E.
Of course, it could always rain. That'd get everybody, wouldn't it?
Other than rain and lots of clouds, as far as Westmoreland goes, I have been directing all the calls that have come to Woodard Park. And that is mainly because there is some shade up there. Any of the elderly are there with the pavilion, and restroom facilities are available there. We had one gentleman that asked about overnight, and Councilman Bennell gave him a number to call on that. So I think we had that covered, and evidently Mr. Reeves is renting out the RV spaces and campsites there behind where he has the mule sale. So we've got a working plan. I just hope that everyone is safe and has a good time, because it may be the last one for a few years. Some people are saying 7 years, some 40, and some 100. So I'll call for the vote.
Okay, let's restate the motion here. We've been saying a whole lot. So.
This is to allow all non-essential employees to leave at noon on August 21st.
Okay.
Okay. Lee?
Yes.
Carter?
Yes.
Smalling?
Yes.
Bennell?
Yes. That always bothered me at work when they said non-essential.
Motion carries.
Maybe that's the wrong wording, Brad.
Does it come back Tuesday?
Either way, you got it covered.
The next item is to put out the bid to clean out the basin and repair diffusers for the wastewater treatment plant. Buddy has all that ready to go, and the bids will be open the day of the work study at 4 o'clock. That September 7th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and we will put that out for bid and be ready for those. Any other discussion?
Kelly, can you get Buddy to give us copies of what he puts out to bid in writing?
The actual packet or what the ad says?
Well, whatever he advertises, I'd like to have that in digital format.
When I get the ad itself tomorrow, I can forward that to y'all.
Okay.
Casey's supposed to send it to. I thought she was going to do it today, but it's tomorrow. I'll just forward it to y'all.
Okay. If you'll call the roll, please.
Carter?
Yes.
Smalling?
Yes.
Bennell?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item is the band donation, but we discussed it for work study.
How much money did we discuss?
We did we?
That'll be part of the motion, and I'm also going to ask that that be presented on the 29th when we do the proclamation. Everyone that can be there.
I will make a motion to make a band donation, and then after we get a second, we can discuss the amount, I guess. But I don't know right off. But I'm gonna make a motion to, at the City of Westmoreland, make a donation to the Westmoreland High School band that will be traveling to the Peach Bowl? Citrus Bowl?
I'll second this motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second, so we can discuss that now.
I don't know exactly what needs to be done, but this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing for Westmoreland High School, so pretty hefty donation, I think, would be in order here, if we can find that. I don't know what that would be.
We have a line item in the budget for donations, and normally in the past, when something is given like that, it's for $100.
Our budget item is only 150. We've already used 50. So we only got 100.
Where's the miscellaneous line?
It's right underneath it. Yeah, it could fall down into miscellaneous also.
So it sounds like a hefty donation's out of the question.
Oh, your definition of hefty.
Well, it's more than $100.
Yeah.
I was thinking 200 would be appropriate. If y'all think my word. We need to find it.
Well, that's not too low. I think that's the low end, yeah. 250 would be the low end, kind of. Y'all speak up.
Well, the miscellaneous expense, that's for that whole category, so I don't know. I'd be afraid to take too much out of it.
Well, in the general rule, and Kelly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in a general rule, under just the general government, miscellaneous is not used that much, I don't think. Now, when you get down to miscellaneous in some of these, like the administrative and some of the other departments, it's used more often.
I think it's more of a cushion.
Yeah, I think so too. So I don't think your 500's out of line.
Did I say 500?
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't say
I
500.
heard 200 or 250, but I would think 500.
And I heard hefty.
It's getting heftier.
Yeah.
Let's vote before it gets in.
This is going backwards. I'm fine with $500.
Okay, so I need to...
I thought you did say, I'm sorry, but I
I
thought
don't
it was
think I
what
did,
you
but we'll take it.
You're amending your
I'm gonna amend my
motion.
motion to add $500 donation to it.
And I'll
So this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for Westmoreland
And
High
I'll
School, in my
second his
opinion.
amendment.
Yeah, small as we already is.
Hopefully it ain't, but it's...
I'm hoping, I don't know how much money they've raised, but I'm hoping other businesses have done the same.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the amount of $500 to be paid to the Westmoreland High School band to be used for expenses to make their once-in-a-lifetime trip to the Citrus Bowl Parade in Orlando, correct? And we fully support the band in that. And Ms. Kelly, I'll let you call the roll when you're ready.
Smalling?
Yes.
Bennell?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Carter?
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Next item is to set the date for the Westmoreland Cleanup Day for the fall, and it looks like September the 23rd is the date that has been.
I'll make the motion for September 23rd to be the fall cleanup day.
Second.
And that's from 8 to 12 noon.
Is that, I've got my calendar marked for Chamber Car Show that day. That changed? I'm old.
I don't think they would interfere that much
Okay.
with.
A lot of those people are out of town.
Yeah, okay. I just,
Now, that being said,
Do you think it would interfere with the car show, Shane?
now, are we in the discussion portion now? These cleanup days, we have these cleanup days every year. And we set the date, and then the next thing is discussed. the week before the cleanup day, if then. And then the next couple of weeks after that, everybody in town sets their garbage out. I want us to work harder to try to get this date out to the public so they'll know that they can utilize this day and possibly save themselves some fines and some citations and save them work from having to go all over town to tell people that they had an opportunity to do it the week before.
Can be put on the water bills when they go out this month. It'd be too late in September, they won't be out then, but in August, you had printed water bills, no. And it can also go in the upcoming events in the newspaper weekly from now till then.
And we want it on the website.
Website
In the
and
morning.
Facebook pages.
And somebody had suggested putting it on the North Central channel that advertises. I don't know anything about that, but I can find out about it.
Whatever's setting out that week, it will be hit hard, and if they don't move it when they got the opportunity, then
Is this a good time to start sharing the ordinance on Facebook as well, to let people know about the violations and things?
It needs to be known that it has to be brought to the
Yes.
Public Works Department, other than the elderly, very
Disabled.
elderly and disabled can call City Hall for pickup, scheduled pickup.
whatever is out there will be hit very hard that week, and they will be made aware where they can take it, and that will be their opportunity to get rid of their one and only opportunity.
Can we repeat those steps multiple times over the next couple of weeks? Please refresh it on the Facebook page and on the website once a week so people get it fresh.
Done a very good job last time advertising it. This was for citizens of Westmoreland, and you guys did a great job checking driver's license and plates. So, if you'll call the roll, please.
Fennel,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Smalley.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item is to advertise for a public works supervisor. We can go ahead and vote on that. We do need to get the job description ready. We're going to be talking about job descriptions at the work study session, and that should be probably the first one that we put the final touches on. So other than that,
Yeah, I'm gonna make the motion to go ahead and advertise for it, but like I said, we probably need to discuss it more before it goes to the paper. So I'm gonna make a motion that we do advertise for a public works supervisor.
But not until after our work study in September.
Yeah, we can add it, I'll add that to it, but not until, that way,
Yeah, because this is pretty good, but it's got some holes in it and some fluff.
let me get a second here.
Second.
Okay. But the motion was to advertise for a public works supervisor after we discuss it at our September 7th work study.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Other discussion?
That way we can go ahead and get it in the paper after we discuss it to work study.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the City Hall windows. We had the money in the budget to replace the windows, but once we had gotten into it, there was some damage, and we need to probably get some quotes on the repair of that damage. Tim, can you speak to that?
After look, which the windows are there, they're just plate glass, of course, on the outside, screwed in.
Pretty bad shape.
Knew there was water damage, but what I'm suggesting is take bids on putting in a good vinyl window that'll catch that 2.5 inch gap between the brick and your inside wall, because it's got foam, caulk, newspapers, anything you can think of has been stuck in there over the years. But if we replace it with a vinyl window that overlaps inside and outside, that will take care of any future water damage. If you put the same glass back up there, same thing's going to happen again.
so.
And we don't know exactly what we're going to run into. From what I can tell, probably a few of the headers will have to be replaced. So that's the reason I'm saying going with a good contractor. Luckily, it's good oak, but tiny bit of word water might see further down. So.
Hopefully don't run into fire damage.
No, it's not that. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to replace the top part of the headers and probably some of the kickers on the headers, and I'll replace those and just get those out of the way where they've been damaged in years. And it's not as big of a deal as it sounds like it is. You're just talking about 3 kickers and
Are we gonna get more quotes, or are we gonna go ahead and put it out to bid as such?
to me, it's an emergency situation. I would get quotes and let's see what we can get going and get it started. Because there's extensive damage going on. We need to get that air conditioner out there. It's really bad up there. It's an emergency situation. It really is.
I make a motion to put out requests to get quotes for a certified contractor to replace the windows and fix the surrounding structure damage in City Hall windows.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, hang on. You want a licensed contractor? Licensed and insured contractor?
Yes.
Okay.
And also to look at replacing the door upstairs that comes to the outside stairwell.
If y'all want
Thank you.
to, that's something we can take care of ourselves.
Public Works.
Well, let's just see what they bid it to do, and if we don't like it,
Y'all want to still, I recommend a steel door there.
yeah.
We get that as a separate.
Separate quote.
The frame maybe had to be replaced too, so it may need some bracing up.
Can you handle the scope of work on that?
Yes, sir. Be happy to.
Okay, we're not actually doing bids, just quotes, right? Made a
And you're
motion,
gonna handle it all, okay?
made a motion to get quotes for a licensed and insured contractor. Sorry.
Who I would go with, not just necessarily the cheapest.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
I should have said this, but I didn't. So if it exceeds what your money, could we take care of this on the 7th? Could we go ahead and put that on a call meeting and have that part of the
You
call?
can have a call meeting, yes, but we can't do it.
We already got a call meeting.
If we're doing
On the
quotes,
7th for the waste treatment, wastewater treatment plant.
You'd have to add that to it.
That's what I'm saying, you just have 2 items on the calls to 1. If it's emergency, we need to move forward on it.
but if it's considered emergency, is that not just when the mayor's approval is made?
Everybody will be notified. I mean, nobody's, everybody will get a copy of what they've already.
The window's already been appropriated. If it's just a repair, and I can't
Yeah.
imagine
Probably unless
repair.
it's
any-
45.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been that way for a long time, and I didn't say it's emergency, but and it probably is, but, another month,
We've got it tore out.
yeah.
Regardless, if it is, we'll still have to.
But it makes a
approve
difference if
whatever
I have to get bids or if I can just use quotes.
Yeah, quotes is what we're doing.
Right, but quotes are, if you're looking at this amount that we're figuring may exceed $5,000. In all likelihood, if it's over 5,000, we're supposed to be getting bids unless it is an emergency situation. So, and if so, I need to advertise. I just need to know which way I need to go.
I feel comfortable that we can come in under that with the appropriation already there for the windows.
If it's much more than that,
Well, we
we'll
won't
talk
know.
about it.
We won't know when we right into it, so that's,
Yeah, when you get those, we'll make a decision.
Yeah.
It's something we need to advertise and get out.
If it's more than that, we'll have to talk.
Yeah, we'll just wait
With
into
y'all's
it.
permission, I'm gonna go ahead and remove one of the other panels, and I'll know exactly what I gotta add. It may look a little, I'll take it off best I can, whether it's split or not, but once I remove one more panel, I can tell you exactly what's gonna have to be done.
Next item is the second reading of ordinance 072016-1, ordinance to establish an updated occupational safety and health program plan, devise rules and regulations, and provide for a safety director and the implementation of such program plan.
And that's the wrong ordinance number, it's 072017-1. I'm gonna have to quit copying and pasting.
Or proofreading.
Do the first reading of this establish Tim as the director will be ratified in the second reading? Or was that a separate?
It was in this
Separate.
one.
We passed to make him be
Yeah, we passed it.
prior to the first reading.
I move to pass on second and final reading ordinance number 072017-1, an update to occupational safety and health program.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any other concerns, comments? Kelly, can you call the roll?
Stelling,
Yes.
Bennell,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Last item on the agenda is we met today, several of us did, with the Cascade Springs Bethpage Water District and the City of Portland to discuss the future of a regional water project. And the recommendation was made that we form a committee to discuss options and bring back to the appropriate bodies information. And I'm looking for two people to serve on that committee. I would make a recommendation that one of them be Alderman Bennell. He is instrumental in leading this, and it's something that has been talked about years and years, and it's going to be a long-range project, but we've got to gather some information and data on it, and I'll leave it up to the council at this point, and I don't necessarily know if you want to utilize some citizens from the community, or you want everyone to be council members from here. So,
But this exploratory level is just kind of high level, just checking on some stuff.
yeah.
I say we keep it to the council at this point, because, I mean, we're the ones that's responsible for keeping this thing updated and going and make sure that it's happening. You know, if we need to add somebody else later on, then we can look at the citizen.
So, Mr. President, do you feel like there'd be any kind of a conflict with us having two council
No,
members?
but it's gonna be subject to the sunshine law. If you got two councilmen over here, all the meetings have to be noticed. But they need to be noticed anyway if they're gonna make a recommendation to this board.
Because the other places, they're gonna have a couple, 3 people on there, so they'll have to follow
So
that.
as long as the meetings are publicly noticed, there won't be any problem with that.
Who wants to be the second person? I'll make a motion.
You want to do that?
I don't care to. I've got time.
Make the motion, we appoint Tony Friedel to the exploratory committee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to appoint Alderman Bedwell and Alderwoman Carter to the search committee, the joint venture project, Westmoreland, Portland, Cascade Springs, Bethpage Water District. Other discussion? I will say that I'm proud of y'all for stepping forward and being a part of that. That is, we have done the studies now, and it's a good opportunity for us to move ahead with the future of this. That will be a big opportunity for Westmoreland. So I'll call for the vote.
Bennell,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Smalley.
Yes.
Let the record show that the motion carries unanimously.
Compensation.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn? Am I wrong?
You know, it's like every other month I have a motion.